Hello everyone, this is Riya and today's topic is from the Raindrops 4 book, the poem Someone written by Walter Delamere. So let's start. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking, I'm sure, sure, sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but not there was a string in the still dark night. Only the busy beetle tapping in the wall, only from the forest the screech owl's call, only the cricket whistling while the dewdrops fall. So I know not who came knocking at all, at all, at all. So now students, let's understand the poem Someone. Someone came knocking. So, according to our poet Walter Delamere, someone came knocking at his door. But the door is V. V means little, small door. So, someone came knocking at my V small door. I want to show you the copy which you should prepare at home and start writing like this. So, someone came knocking at my wee small door. Someone came knocking, I'm sure, sure, sure. So, the poet Walter Delamere is sure that someone came who was knocking at his door. And he is writing 3 times, I'm sure, sure, sure. The use of the word sure 3 times enhances the possibility of the situation. In this poem, the poet actually shares a scary experiences of his life. He shares a scary experience of his life. One night, when the poet was inside his house, then suddenly he heard a knock at his door. His door was very small and he heard a knock. It was such a dark night, it was very dark and still. But to his surprise and horror, when he opened the door, he could see no one. So he saw no one the moment he opened the door. But he was sure that he listened to someone who was knocking at his door. So let's see what do we have here. I am sure, sure and sure. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right, but not there was a stirring in the still dark night. So he looked to his left and he looked to his right, but there was nothing. But in the still dark night, nothing was moving at all. Nothing was moving at all. The outside of his house was not visible clearly also due to the darkness of the night. But he could hear that some knocking was present. Okay, so he tells that in the still dark night, only the busy beetle tapping in the wall. Here, beetle is an insect. Look at the picture. This is the beetle. Okay, this is a beetle which was tapping on the wall. Tapping here means the sound. Okay, tapping is the sound of the beetle. Okay, so here we can see that only the busy beetle tapping in the wall. Only from the forest the screech owl's call. So he could hear the clear sound of beetle tapping in the wall. The owls were screeching to give a haunting effect or the horror effect. Next, only the cricket whistling while the dewdrops fall. So the dewdrops were also falling and the crickets were whistling. The night was so much horrifying, but that suspicious knocking doubled the fear of the poet. So the poet became very much afraid of what is happening in his area. Okay, so let's look at here the last 2 lines. So I know not who came knocking at all, at all, at all. So he was not at all sure that who came knocking at his door at all, and he again used the same word 3 times. So I would like to explain you in Hindi as well. So let's again do this. Someone by Walter Delamere. Someone came knocking at my wee small door. कोई आया था जो मेरे स्मॉल छोटे से डोर पे, दैट लिटिल स्मॉल डोर, नॉक कर रहा था. Someone came knocking, कोई था जो बार बार नॉक कर रहा था. आई एम श्योर श्योर श्योर, मैं बिल्कुल भी बहुत श्योर हूँ कि कोई मेरे छोटे से दरवाजे पे नॉक कर रहा था. आई लिसन्ड, आई ओपनड, आई लुक टू लेफ्ट एंड राइट. मैंने सुना, मैंने दरवाज़ा ओपन भी किया, दरवाज़ा खुला भी. आई लुक टू लेफ्ट एंड राइट, मैंने बाहर की तरफ देखा, लेफ्ट साइड भी देखा, मैंने राइट साइड भी देखा. बट नॉट, देयर वॉज अ स्टरिंग इन द स्टिल डार्क नाइट. लेकिन वहाँ पे कुछ भी मूवमेंट नहीं हो रहा था. नॉट मीन्स नथिंग, कुछ भी नहीं था. देयर वॉज अ स्टरिंग. अ स्टरिंग का मतलब होता है मूवमेंट या मूविंग. इन द स्टिल डार्क नाइट, जो शांत रात था, जो अंधेरी वाली रात थी, उस रात में देयर वॉज नो मूवमेंट, कुछ भी मूवमेंट नहीं हो रहा था, कोई भी नहीं था. ओनली द बिजी बीटल टैपिंग इन द वॉल. सिर्फ जो कीड़े मकोड़े थे, वो कीड़े मकोड़े ही टैप कर रहे थे, दरवाजे पे नॉक कर रहे थे, और उसी का ही आवाज़ सुनाई दे रहा था. बट इट्स अ हॉरर इट्स काइंड ऑफ अ हॉरर पोम. इस पोम से हम लोगों को थोड़ा डरावना भी एक एक्सपीरियंस अच्छा लग रहा है, हम लोगों को एक स्केरी एक्सपीरियंस हो रहा है. दैट सडनली पोइट के डोर पे किसी ने नॉक कर दिया. पोइट का जो डोर था वो बहुत ही छोटा था. एंड दैट नाइट वॉज वेरी डार्क एंड स्टिल. वो रात भी बहुत शांत थी और वो बहुत अंधेरी रात भी थी. बट टू हिज सरप्राइज एंड हॉरर, व्हेन ही ओपन द डोर, जब उसने दरवाज़ा खोला तो उसने देखा कि कोई भी नहीं था. बट ही वॉज श्योर, लेकिन वो बिल्कुल भी श्योर था, जो वो वहाँ पे बार बार बोल रहा है, आई एम श्योर श्योर श्योर, कि वहाँ पे कोई ना कोई था जिसने दरवाज़ा नॉक किया. So the outside of his house was not visible. It was a dark night. You have to understand. आपको समझना पड़ेगा कि जो बाहर का दृश्य है कुछ भी दिखाई नहीं दे रहा था. ड्यू टू द डार्कनेस ऑफ द नाइट, नाइट के अंधेरे के कारण से कुछ भी नहीं दिख रहा था. बट ही कुड easily hear the clear sound of beetle which was tapping in the wall. जो भी बीटल है यहाँ पे हम लोग देख सकते हैं, इस बीटल का जो नॉइज़ है, जो टैप टैप हो रहा है, वो टैप टैप पोएट को सुनाई दे रहा था. द owls were screeching. See, only from the forest the screech owls call. So owls के जो आवाज़ थे, जो स्क्रीचिंग वॉइस था, जो स्क्रीचिंग नॉइज़ था, वो और भी ज़्यादा हॉन्टिंग इफेक्ट डाल रहा था पोम में. ओनली द क्रिकेट विस्लिंग. क्रिकेट्स मतलब झिंगुर भी आवाज़ कर रहे थे, विसल कर रहे थे. द ड्यू ड्रॉप्स वेर फॉलिंग वाइल द ड्यू ड्रॉप्स फॉल. जब ड्यू ड्रॉप मीन्स ओस की बूंदे ज़मीन पे पड़ रहे थे. सो आई नो नॉट हु केम नॉकिंग एट ऑल एट ऑल एट ऑल. तो मुझे बिल्कुल भी समझ में ही नहीं आ रहा है कि कौन आया था जिसने मेरे दरवाजे पे नॉक किया. सो दिस इज़ द होल समरी ऑफ द पोम समवन. तो अभी हम लोग क्वेश्चन आंसर्स पढ़ेंगे फ्रॉम द चैप्टर समवन, रेनड्रॉप्स 4 बुक. Let's look at the word meanings actually. So we means little, not nothing, a stirring, moving, screech, the cry of an owl, whistling, the sharp sound of a cricket. Now I would like to show you the question answers from this chapter, which is this. But I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right. What did the speaker listen to? What was opened? Why did the speaker look left and right? The speaker listened to a knock at his door. The door was open. The speaker looked left and right because he heard that someone came and knocked at his door. So let me explain in Hindi as well the questions. I listened, I opened, I looked to left and right. So the speaker said that the speaker listened to a knock at his door. The door was opened. So what was opened? The door was opened. और speaker को क्या सुनाई दिया था? एक knock सुनाई दिया था. Why did the speaker look left and right? The speaker looked left and right because he heard that someone came and knocked at his door. स्पीकर ने क्यों लेफ्ट साइड और राइट साइड देखा? क्योंकि उसको एक आवाज़ सुनाई दिया था अपने दरवाजे पे. क्वेश्चन नंबर 2. बट नॉट देयर वॉज अ स्टरिंग इन द स्टिल डार्क नाइट. वट डज द पोइट मीन बाय नॉट देयर वॉज अ स्टरिंग? द पोइट मीन्स बाय नॉट देयर वॉज अ स्टरिंग दैट देयर वॉज नॉट अ सिंगल मूवमेंट आउटसाइड हिज कॉटेज. and there was nobody present at the door. So by the word not there was a stirring, poet ये बोलना चाहते हैं कि वहाँ पे बाहर आउटसाइड ऑफ द डोर कोई भी सिंगल मूवमेंट भी नहीं था. उसका कॉटेज मतलब उसके दरवाज़ा, उसके घर के बाहर. एंड देयर वॉज नोबडी प्रेजेंट एट द डोर, उसके दरवाजे पे कोई भी प्रेजेंट नहीं था. वट साउंड्स डिड स्पीकर हियर इन द स्टिल डार्क नाइट? द स्पीकर हर्ड इन द स्टिल डार्क नाइट the sounds of nature. He heard the tapping of the beetle, the screeching of the owl and the whistling of cricket. So speaker को क्या सुनाई दिया था अंधेरी रात में? स्पीकर को सुनाई दिया था the sound of nature, नेचर के जो आवाज़ें हैं वो. He heard the tapping of the beetle, उसने बीटल का जो टैपिंग नॉइज़ है वो सुना था. The screeching of the owl and the whistling of cricket, क्रिकेट का विस्लिंग भी सुना था और आउल का स्क्रीचिंग. नाउ स्टूडेंट्स, लेट्स लुक एट द अंडरस्टैंड द पोम पार्ट. So let's look at it. In the poem, the speaker hears a knock on the door. The speaker does not find anyone on opening the door. Instead, the speaker hears sounds of nature. The beetle is tapping, the owl is screeching, and the cricket is whistling, while the dewdrops are falling. So he became confused. The speaker has no idea who has come to his home or who has come knocking. Any of the answers would be correct. So that's all students from the chapter Someone from the book Raindrop 4. That's all for class 4, the poem Someone. Thank you so much everyone.